Howdy, rock stars. It's Lid Sean. I'm here at NAMM 2026 at the Grace Design booth, and I'm hanging out with Michael Grace. We're going to take a quick look at this new incredible M701 that they have just created, and I just put it in my studio, and it's just a super cool interface. Michael, can you tell us about the 701 and
You bet.
give us an intro to it?
The basic overview is the 701 is 32 by 32 analog I/O interface with multiple digital options. So you can connect it to your computer via HDX DigiLink or Dante, or we are showing a new USB interface right now. 32 channels in and out on all those formats. You can have multiple interface cards. You can have Dante and a DigiLink. It's built on the super high performance converters we've been building into our monitor controllers and mic preamps for a long time, culminated into a single multi-channel I/O box.
And I ended up using it as an interface for my HDX Pro Tools system. And what I've learned is that it's like a wonderful interface for your studio because it sounds so good, but then it just gives you this real Swiss Army knife flexibility for like, what kind of system do you want to hook up? How do you want to have everything routed? And you can have a lot of inputs going into Pro Tools or any other DAW. Right?
Being that it's a fully modular system, you can load it up with as many ADATs or DACs as you want, up to 64 channels. So depending on what kind of application, if it's a big remote recording rig, you can put 32 channels of mic preamps in it and just capture all that. For in your studio situation, you might just need basic line level I/O.
Shall we take a look at the back and see what kind of inputs we got?
Yeah, you bet.
All right,
yeah. So here's the back panel. These are the audio converter slots. Currently, we've got 2 4-channel mic pre's loaded up, a couple 8-channel ADCs, 3 8-channel DACs, and this is our new line level with phono preamp module too, so you can plug your turntable in.
That's very cool. Now, in my studio, I ended up using, I think, the first 6 slots for audio input. So I have 48 inputs, and then the last 2 for outputs. So I've got 16 outputs because not having a console, I thought, it'd be great to have a lot of inputs for the studio.
Sure. Yeah.
And then my HDX cards just go in right over here in these slots, right?
These are the digital interface slots here. This one right here has the new 32-channel USB interface, as well as a Dante interface. The new USB is pretty cool since Apple released Tahoe OS. They redid the USB drivers now, so it's sub 3 millisecond latency in the USB driver.
And so if we use the USB card, what do we max out at a certain number of inputs?
The USB interface is good for 32 by 32 in and out of the computer, up to 96 kilohertz. At 192 kilohertz, it does drop off to 16 channels each way. And that's also true of the Dante module. Right. If you need more channels at 192 kilohertz, you can just put 2 USB modules in there and plug them both into your computer. They will enumerate with different serial numbers, so you can tell them apart in core audio. And you make an aggregate device that's full 32 channels at 192.
Okay, and then we have some other inputs that we can access too, right? So for example, we have an automatic, like a built-in AES input.
Yeah, the baseboard, the base chassis comes with 8 channels of AES, PDIF in and out, an optical input and output connector that can be Toslink 2-channel or ADAT 8-channel. And also a word clock in and out.
A network cable as well.
Yep. So the 701 has a built-in Ethernet control port. It has a web server inside, which serves up the GraceNet control user interface.
Shall we take a look at that?
Yeah, let's take a look at that. So the nice thing about GraceNet is that it runs on a browser, so there's no software to download, no apps to install. Any kind of device that's got a browser, whether it's a tablet or a phone or a computer. What we have up on here is the This is the Q mixer, the low latency onboard DSP mixer. It's a 32 by 8 bus mixer, so you can set up 4 stereo headphone mixes. You can just select which mixer you're operating here by clicking these buttons.
And those would be custom. So for example, we could have a mix for the drums, a mix for the bass, the guitars, and the vocals right there. And each one gets their own custom, like dial in your own mix, right?
Yep.
And then what we're looking at here is sort of the master 32 channel mixer that's going to feed those headphones. But if you don't want the musician to be overwhelmed by all those headphone options, show us where we can give them a custom simplified mixer.
Yeah. So once you've set up the mixer, if you want to give your your musician something that they can put on a tablet or a phone, you click on the show QR code. It pops up a QR code. They point their device at it, and it takes it right to a simplified mixer, so they can do their own mixing for their headphones.
That's super, super cool. So then you could just pull up your iPhone and you'd be standing at the vocal mic and have like the overall mix in your vocals and just turn things up or down that way, right?
Tweak something, it's right there at your fingertips. Yep.
Yeah. And I set it up in my studio where I actually have the talkback feed going on a separate input directly to the headphones, so they can adjust how much of me they hear in the talkback mic from the control room.
If they don't want to hear you so much, they can just turn you down a little.
They can turn me down, or they can adjust various things like the click track level as well, things like that. So it's really handy. And then why don't we just poke around just so that everybody can see things like the routing matrix and levels and meters.
Yeah, this is the home screen, which shows you all of your input and output devices and whatever signal's happening on any of them. Then you've got all your setup menus over here. This is the routing matrix. So if you want to route something, you click on it, and just typical matrix routing.
And so to understand the routing, I think the way we think of it is all those things and options we were talking about in the back. This gives you a chance to say, well, where do you want this one thing to go to? It can go straight to an output. It can go straight to one of the cards going to your computer.
Absolutely.
It can go to all sorts of places.
Yeah, like right now, we've got some tracks coming in over USB from this laptop. So we could route those tracks, directly to an output, to a DAC.
So that would be the digital audio converter. That would be like the output.
That'd be an analog output. But also you can see that we have those USB channels all routed to the Q mixer as well. These are the mixer inputs. So we've got all the USB channels going into the Q mixer.
Right, exactly. So that's the Q mix we were looking at with the 32 faders. So you can send whatever you want to any one of those faders in the mixer. And then from there, you can limit how many of those faders the musicians have control of, so they don't sort of mess up the master mix and all the headphones.
That's the thing. When you're setting up the Q mixer, down here you've got different groups that are all different colors. So you can have fader groups for, like moving all the drums together, that kind of thing. And then down here you have visibility of each fader in the client mixers. If you just really want to give them 8 faders to play with and not all 32, you can pick and choose what they're going to see.
Okay, that's super cool. So we have this ability to control it from the user interface, which means that the 701 could be over in the rack in the back of the studio if you want.
Yeah.
And then up at the computer screen where you're operating Pro Tools or whatever, you just have control over it. Or you can walk around the studio, adjusting it. And then we still have a lot of access from the front panel to all sorts of these controls.
All the parameters for the 701 can be accessed from the front panel. Routing, for instance, here's your routing matrix. You've got clock settings. You've got all your I/O settings. So these are, mic preamp controls, converter, reference level, and trim controls.
Right. So that gives us the ability, if we go back to the converters, we can adjust what our alignment level is for our setup, 24, 18.
Yep.
And then we have trim levels to further trim each input.
Plus or minus 20 dB on the digital trim is available there. So you can do almost everything from the front panel with the exception of the Q mixers. The Q mixers are only available on the web UI.
Okay, cool.
Just a lot.
Awesome. Well, so if people want to go check this out and learn more about it, what do they need to know and where should they go?
Well, look up your local Grace design dealer and give them a ring and ask them to check out the 701.
Okay, great. And we'll have a link in the show notes or in the description of the video, rather, to just click through and go see the 701 on the Grace Design website as well.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Well, thanks very much.
Thanks, Lidge.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.